Hello, my name's India and I'm going to do you a tutorial today on how to make a card like this one. This is a gel plate background and masking and doodling. It won't be this card that you're making. The video I made to go with this card I lost, unfortunately. So we're making a different one today and I'm going to show you how to go about it. So the first thing you need is the card that you're going to use for sizing. This is a 6x6 card. I like to work in stick on 6x6 cards because they're square. I like square. So you need a card like this. Then you need another piece of card that's the same size. This piece is for printing your picture out on. And then you need a piece of 7x7. We're going to make a frame out of this piece. And we're going to have a 10 centimetre by 10 centimetre excuse me, hole in the middle. So with this being, well, approximately 18 by 18 centimetres, if we're working in centimetres, we're going to make a 4 centimetre frame around the outside and then cut out the middle piece so that we end up with this piece, and this is the piece that we cut out of the centre. So this is our frame. On this piece of paper we're going to draw the design that we want to use. So you can make whichever pictures you like, but for the sake of this demonstration I've made little owls. So I've made 2 little baby owls and a nest and a branch for them to sit on and a flower to feature somewhere just in case I want to, and 3 little leaves. I've drawn these out and cut them out, and these are my masks. Okay, so now we're ready for the gel plate bit. So here's my gel plate. It's one I've made myself, which is why it looks so scrappy, but it works perfectly well, so I'm happy with that. So the first thing I'm going to do is make a sky into grass type background. So I'm going to have some, this is Monostrol Cerulean, and this is Cobalt's Blue, and then I'm going to have some white amongst that, and then at the bottom I'm going to have, this is called Emerald Green, but it's more of a turquoise really, and this is called turquoise, but it isn't. I'd call this pea green, and some white down here as well. So here we go, making a mess. Got paint everywhere now. So all I'm going to do with this is blend the colours, so we go from the blues into the greens, blended in. So I'm just going from left to right, obviously, because I don't want I don't want to mix the blue, I don't want to mix the green up into the blue. This is just to give a first layer. In my 3D picture, this sky and grass would be at the back of the picture, so that's where I'm starting. So now I'm going to leave this to dry, and I'll come back later and do the next layer. Okay, for my next layer, I've sorted out this mask and I've laid it on top of my dry layer of background paint, and I'm just going to brayer it down so that it will lift some of the paint from underneath and leave the design on the background. So here we go. There we go, lovely. I don't know if you can see that. So my next stage is to brayer over another layer of paint on top of this, which will be a lighter colour. White, and this is sap green. It's a bit of a darker green. I only want a very, very light covering. I'm just going to leave that a second to dry. I'm going to put a little bit of some text with burnt sienna. I'm just going to load my brayer up with some of this burnt sienna, and then just do, oh, so put a little bit there, put a little bit here. That'll work better. So I'm just going to leave that to dry. I'll be back in a moment. I'm going to put a layer on the top of this of leaves. Yeah. Okay, for my last layer, I'm just using this Naples yellow, which is quite transparent, as a final coat. So I just need to make a nice layer over the top of there. And now comes the composition. So first we need to work out where we're going to put the frame. And I think most of the background is here, hasn't been lifted. So I'm coming over this way. I'm going to put that there like so. Okay, just gently press down the edges. Put my masks on, make my picture up. So starting with my branch, I'm putting that straight across the middle. Maybe I'll have it. No, I don't know. Nope, not far enough along there. Here we go. It's got to come in from outside the picture. So here we go. So our two little baby owls. So we put one on the top branch there, one on the bottom branch here. Yeah. And oh, up to my nest. There's the nest just poking in from the side there, and some leaves coming off the branch. There. I don't think I need the flower, so I won't use the flower, but there you go. That's my... I'll put those two leaves closer together. There we go. So that's my composition. Now I can either print directly onto the card, making sure the card is the right way up, the right way round this way, so that it ends up on the front. And I can place that over the top, press it down and take the print. Or just in case it goes wrong, I can use my spare piece of paper. So I'm going to use my spare piece of paper because I'm not sure how this is going to turn out. I'm just going to make sure that that's well pressed down in both directions. And a really good contact there. Oops, run over my fingers and use my hands as well. Okay, here we go for the big reveal. Take all my pieces off. So again, I'm going to put a little layer of colour over it. I'm going to put a little bit of this. This is blue-grey and some white. And spread that layer out. There we go. Piece of paper that coordinates with the original picture. Okay, for the next part of our card, we start on the doodling. So you might want to start by using a pencil so that you can rub it out if you don't like the way it's turning out. The branch there. We're not going to worry overly about getting the lines to follow our white masking, because the whole effect of the card is that it looks, and it indeed is, hand drawn. Into the branches, some wood grain. And some shape into the leaves. Draw a branch coming in here and outline a few of these leaf shapes. Here is the card finished. I've coloured in one of my little masks and put him on his own little branch, and then fixed him on with some foam pads to raise him up a little bit. So that's that one finished. And here are some other cards that I've made using the same techniques. Right. Doing well here. I like the grunge on this one. I was going for the real grunge look. I enjoyed that one. And this is the last one. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. If you don't mind, let me know in the comments. That would be fantastic. Thank you very much. Enjoy your day.